It's better. You can talk a little bit better. More into it. It was a little echoey for you.
Last week?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Yeah, whatever.
I couldn't.
You got your headphones on, all right. And yeah, and if you cuss, we got, what do we got? No.
Yeah.
Look at that, look at that.
No, cursing isn't bad.
We never use that.
We never, no, not at all. So just tell us when you're ready.
Check.
Yep,
Cool.
that's it.
Awesome.
We're
All
good.
right. See, his mic even already sounds better.
Yeah, I know.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, episode 17, WTF-DFW. Not what the fuck, but where's the fun, DFW. Again, follow us on WTF-DFW on Facebook page. I think we said last month, like 1.1 million interactions
Yeah, we did.
on our Facebook page, which isn't, that's
nuts.
pretty
It's
good
impressive.
16 weeks, but hold on, start over and bring the mic down to you.
reach. Bring the mic down.
You know what? Just keep on going from this.
Just,
Who cares?
I don't know what you want.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah.
All right, there you
That's
go.
good.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
we're at
1.1.
1.1 million interactions last month, so that was pretty good. So, follow, like, subscribe, all of that fun stuff, did a YouTube channel as well, WTF-DFW. But this week I have the infamous Taylor Dennis. Everybody knows Taylor.
What's going on?
I guess he's with, you could say, Def Legend, Monkey Business, now with that new Wasp thing with Grace, right?
Yep.
I saw Dream.
That's crazy. I haven't heard of
Dreamkeeper.
Ross in a long
Dreamkeeper.
time.
Yeah, I know, right? We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool to see. What else are you in other than those?
Euthanasia, Walk in the Shadows.
Wow.
Oh, that's right, the Queen's right.
Yeah, there's so many of them.
So, you've probably seen him out there. He's got some of the best hair out there on stage
Oh,
as well.
yeah. I've been hearing about your hair.
There are only a couple of people that, Amber will talk about the hair, and, that's Taylor and Guto. But, all right, so let's recap. So, last week we talked about, what could be preventing you from getting into a venue, whether or not it's your music style, oversaturation of the band, like that, if you're, and it's funny because Shannon did talk to me this week. He's like, hey, I had a bone to pick with you. He's like, what do you mean people would get tired of seeing me? And I'm like, 4 days in a row at the same club,
Yeah.
nobody wants to come see you. He's like, oh, I thought you meant just 4 days in a row they wouldn't come see me at different places. I'm like, no. But if you're going to have that 70s band out there one night, his live band karaoke another night, metal shop another night, and then Rockaholics another night, nobody's going to come out to Fat Daddy's 4 nights in a row to come see them and all. So
I will.
I will, whatever. But then we talked about, the oversaturation of either a person or even a band. Saw Paul Van Halen guy out at the Guitar Festival this week, and he's like, how come you don't book me anymore? I'm like, how many Van Halen tributes can I have?
Right.
Eventually there are just too many. So you luck out a little bit, not luck out, but at least you're in bands that nobody really, Def Legend, everybody knows Def Legend, but I think you guys have cornered the market with Def Leppard out there that nobody tries to really compete in this area, but you said it to your other bands, and now the Wasp and
Megadeth. Queensryche.
Yeah, so I think there's only one other Queensryche band, right, out of like Houston that I've seen.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah, that's
But-
Mind Crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the originals.
So that was, some of the things that could be preventive of somebody from getting into a venue. Last week at Fat Daddy's, we had live band karaoke with Shannon on Wednesday. We had Texas Whiskey and You, the Chris Stapleton tribute on Thursday. He's always phenomenal. I love him. That's Andrew Dolan out of the Burleson area. Friday, we had Velcro Pygmies. Have you ever seen the Velcro Pygmies?
I haven't. I've seen videos, though.
It's insanity.
It's a party.
So, part of it, like Love Is War, Max, their bass player, him and his wife Chrissy open up doing like an acoustic set. But this week I brought in a 15-year-old kid named Trenton Page. He's a guitar player out of Cleburne, but with the rock stars at Tomorrow Mansfield. I've been partnering a lot with them and Arnie Newman, who owns that over there. What they try to do is, they give, guitar lessons, singing lessons, drums, piano, but they also have production. You could go learn, how to mix, and I have a recording studio in there, so it's a whole process that they built for that.
I think
But
I'm gonna have to go over there or something.
it's so cool, it really is. But then they try to encourage the kids in there to put together bands, kind of like rock school. So this kid Trenton just started taking lessons over there. He's been taking lessons, privately with a guitar teacher. I met him this week. But I had him do like a 20-minute set to open up playing the tracks, because Sunday he was competing. He won to be a finalist in a 10 under 20 competition. So it was out of like 1,500 kids throughout the U.S.
Wow.
competing to play on the stage over at the Dallas International Guitar Festival out there. So he was one of the 10 finalists, and another kid named Isaiah Foreman, who's from, I think, the Garland area out there. 2 kids from Texas that were out there competing. But Trenton was playing Steve, we played Joe Satriani. He played Little Wing. He
Cool.
played, I can't remember what else that he did. Oh, Eric Johnson, Cliffs of Dover. And I'm like, this is a 15-year-old kid playing this, and he was unbelievable. But I had him open up for the Velcro Pygmies this weekend. Chase and Cam and Max and all of them, they were awesome to Trenton. So, and then Trenton ended up placing high in the top 10. He didn't win it his first year, but at 15 years old to be able to do that well. Then
Yeah,
Saturday
that's
night,
huge accomplishment.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. At 15, I'm like, these songs are older than this kid, and he's out there shredding it. But we had Animals.
When did you start?
Oh, yeah, when did you start playing?
I was 13.
Were you really?
I wasn't playing close to Dover at 15. I'll tell you that much.
How did you learn? Did you,
So I was self-taught.
Yeah.
I had a friend teach me a couple riffs, but everything after that, it was just
Really?
whatever I wanted to learn. Yeah.
So you never went to lessons other than?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
Nope.
see?
There's some talent there.
Yeah.
What he's trying to do now is that, like, he's a, bedroom guitar player. He could play killer, playing along the tracks and all of that, but now they got to trying to get him out with
Get
a
him on the
band that's
stage.
on stage. It's vastly
Yeah.
different when mistakes could be made, and
Oh, yeah.
even like this weekend, his track, there was some hesitation with the track, and like it timed out a little bit, and yet that's the experience you get from actually being on the stage, so you can't beat that. So
When was the first time you got on stage?
Oh, that would have been May 2005.
Wow, you know the date.
Yeah.
May
May 21st, I believe. But
Where-
yeah, I was
where was
15. It was a place called Monte Carlo's in
Really?
Arlington. Yeah,
at
with
15.
with Aska. Yep.
With
that was
who?
a real gig.
Aska.
Aska?
George Call. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, that's cool.
That was a fun one.
Sorry, but then, let's see, what else happened? We had Saturday, we had Lee Autry's band, Frequency, opening up for that new Maroon 5 band, Animals.
Cool.
And I don't know if you've seen them, but that guy, I think his name is Dave, the singer, he sounds exactly like Adam Levine. It's unbelievable. And then on Sunday, again, we had a bonus show with Velcro Pygmies for Cinco de Mayo. And that was a family-friendly show, so they weren't sticking, lollipops in anybody's mouth or any of that during that show. So, but that was a recap of last week. This week, again, we have Taylor in here, so there's a lot of interesting conversation I wanted because of all of the bands that he's in. But, the funny thing is you did talk about, like when he first started playing. I was out at the guitar festival this week and I was talking to a guitar player who's won like 2 or 3 Grammys. His name is Larry Mitchell. And he played with like Steve Vai, he played with Scott Stapp, and then he recorded a bunch of other like jazz stuff. But I was talking to him, he's like, you don't sound, I was there with Guto. And he's like, you don't sound like you're from Brazil. And I'm like, no. He's like, New York? I said, yeah. He's like, what part? I told him Merrick, and right away he's like, well, who's from, New York? He said Steve Vai and Joe Satriani. I said, I know Carl Place. And we started talking about that. The first show that he ever did was at a place in Freeport called the Right Track Inn, and that's the first show my band did when we were 13 or 14 years
Small
old.
world.
It was just kind of funny that, it was like a sleazy little bar, that, and back then you got paid, based upon the number of people that showed up.
So they just
with a
let
ticket,
anybody
you had to
in.
go out and like give away tickets, and when they came, you made like $1 off every ticket or something like that they brought in. But, Taylor, we already mentioned all of the bands that he's in. I guess, I just have questions, and a lot of people ask, first, it's, how do you find time just to practice on your own? You have a day job that you...
I do, yeah.
So how do you practice on your own? And how much time do you dedicate just to improve improving you, you know?
I think it really depends on the band. If it's a band I've been in for several years, I don't really practice as much
Right.
until it's showtime. Like the week of, I'll kind of, hit every song and go
Right.
over things that I need to go over, remind myself on that I might have forgotten.
Right.
But yeah, for the most part, like I don't spend time practicing. I'm usually writing or recording. I guess that's my practice.
Okay, yeah.
I'm still technically playing, but I'm not really going over, all my songs that I've been playing for 20 years because it's just kind of embedded in there now.
What's your day job?
I work at a place called Encore. It's a warehouse for like staging, lighting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
So I'm working with speakers and trussing and microphones.
So
and
it's all kind of
the same stuff.
All kind-
Road cases, yeah.
Yeah.
You get discounts?
Maybe.
Maybe. So then, how much time do you actually practice with with the bands that you're in? Like, do you guys try? I know, like you talked about the Wasp thing and Grace. That was brand new.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm
So that
assuming
was-
there had to be a lot of time dedicated to that
Oh,
to
yeah.
try to work on the stage show. And their first show was this weekend at a Tease.
We got
And,
rehearsal tonight.
Oh, do you really?
Never stops, yeah.
And they're playing, and we'll talk about it more, they're playing the Fat Daddies this week. But that's such it's a, I guess, performance show. There's so many elements to it.
Yeah, it's an
where-
act, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big act. So, like, how much time did you guys spend practicing that to get it ready? Because Grace hasn't been playing bass for about a year, right?
Yeah.
So she's never played music before and
Nope.
never been on a stage before.
Never been on stage.
Oh, really?
Same with Mark, our guitar player. He's never
Really?
performed too, yeah. So he's been playing for years, but they've never been on a stage. So
Really?
it was a pretty cool first show for them. It was packed. But
Wow.
we took about a year to get everything ready, learn the songs, the choreography, the costumes, all the
really?
little skits, the raw meat, the blood, all that cool stuff,
So then so you did say like Def Legend, you've been playing with them for, years now.
9 years now,
9
yeah.
years, so
Wow.
I'm assuming you guys don't really get together much to practice together.
We do.
At this point?
We do, because we're always trying to improve and make it
Right.
even better and bigger. We get new lights and staging, and we want to rehearse our show, so we do rehearse, but it's not, weekly or anything
Right.
like that anymore. We play so often too, so.
So Matt Alford?
Not Alfred, who's that?
Well, yeah.
Not ringing a bell.
he
I'd have
used
to see his
do-
face.
He used to do the graphics, I guess, for Behind You guys for Def Leppard. Def,
Oh, okay.
at least. That's what.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I never handled any of that, so.
Yeah, that's on
I
did a
know
great
the
job.
side of things.
Well, and how much time do you, I guess, spend, like, promoting or marketing these bands that, like, there's a lot that goes
Every
in there. If
day,
you're
yeah.
in, like, 6 or 7 bands, like, to be able to find the time to get everybody together, it's like herding cat, right? Like,
Yeah.
just to try to figure out who's
Impossible.
can get around at what point.
Because everybody has a day job, right?
And everyone's in multiple bands too,
Right.
so booking shows is a nightmare.
So who does,
wow.
yeah, that's the
Yeah.
other thing, is how do you, like, manage your booking?
I have to delegate it. Some bands I don't really do any booking, which is good, because if I had, I'm in 23 total, so.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
No.
23
23.
active bands?
Yeah, well, 13 that, play regularly, and then a bunch of studio projects and original bands that play
Wow.
a handful of times.
Do you
but
get confused on which band you're in? You know what I mean? If you're
Well,
on
it depends
show,
on the wig, because he does
Yeah.
have to wear some wigs sometimes.
Exactly,
He's got
yeah.
his long hair, but still.
crazy.
Def Legend, he's got to wear the blonde.
Yeah.
Yep. Got a new wig too.
Where do you get the wigs?
All over. I've gone through like 10. We're gonna find a good one of these days.
Yeah.
But
So I just didn't know how, like, an upcoming show. I text Mike the other day. He was waiting for, I think it's in July or August or something, about a confirmed date for Fats, and he was waiting on a date or confirmation from North Dakota or some show that he was waiting on to play at a festival up there. And I texted him the other day. He's like, "Oh, yeah, no, we're good for Fat Daddies that day." But he responded so quickly. I'm like, well, did he even check with the band? You know, like, so I don't even know if you're available like on that day or not. Like,
No, we have a calendar with all our blackouts, so all he's got to do is glance at that. If it's not on there,
oh, so you have a
he
shared
knows.
calendar that you use to help
Yeah.
manage, so you could put when your other shows booked, and
Exactly.
you can, okay.
Like Justin, he has several projects.
Yeah.
John has several projects. So
Okay.
everyone puts all their stuff there, so he knows, what's open.
Do your other bands do the same thing?
Some of them.
they?
Some of them use like Google Calendar.
Yeah.
Some of them we just use like Facebook Messenger. We have groups.
Right.
Just here, put your blackout dates here.
Oh, hold on, we have to,
What's that?
Facebook and, we don't, they're not sponsoring us yet.
That's right. They're not sponsoring us yet, he
Yeah,
saof
yeah.
but,
Millions of people.
yeah, that's why I was like, I was really curious, like, how the hell you juggle, all of the dates that you're involved with and all of that. It's just, I cannot imagine, it was hard enough being in just one band growing up and trying to figure out, well, back then it's obviously different. We all hung out together also.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, Motley Crue and shit growing up. They all hung out together, so
They didn't
you
have
went
the
out
internet.
partying together. You like hung out after school together. You practiced, so you were constantly together. But I don't know how the hell you managed that time, especially like I talk about Shannon and Chi and all of them and the multiple bands, the projects they're in.
Yeah.
But when you're, like I just cannot imagine how you taught how you managed 23 or 13 different bands or whatever, and how you're able to dedicate that time to it. So
It's
Plus
difficult.
work, that's the thing,
Yeah,
it's plus work.
Exactly. I'm getting paid in all those bands too, so I know that if I put the work in, it'll pay dividends. It'll be worth it. I've been doing it since I was 16 too.
how many
Been in
shows do you
multiple
do a
bands.
week, roughly?
At
You
least
personally?
one. At least one.
Okay.
Usually 2 or 3.
Okay.
I got 3 this weekend coming up. So
Oh, do you? Oh, well,
two sets at Fat Daddy's, and then I got a Legend show the next night.
2 sets of fat. Who are you playing with the fat?
Out of the Cellar and
Oh, you're
down
an
in
Out of the
Texas.
Cellar also. See, I didn't know that. I knew the blind.
I've been with them
Texas
since 07.
Wow, that's.
thing. Were you really?
Yep.
Wait, since you were 7?
Since
No.
07.
Oh, I'm like, since
Yeah.
he was 7. Like,
What are you smoking over there?
wow. So now that's what I'm curious about, because I mean, the Wasp thing, it's really theatrical, I guess you could say.
Very.
And, I remember meeting, Wasp when I was 13 years
Oh, really?
old, when they used to do like record releases, and you go to a record store
Yep.
for, album releases, you meet them, take pictures and all that. So I
That's
met Black Wolves and all of them. But like Rat, who's playing guitar for the Rat?
Me and Jay Shannon.
Who's the Warren?
Warren is Jay, but he's got blonde hair.
Oh,
So we're kind of flipped on that. He does more of Warren's parts. I do more of Robin's parts.
So the Warren parts, and like Warren DeMartini is probably one of my favorite guitarists out there, but he is so unique in his style of playing, and he's got so many little squeals and stuff that he
Yeah.
does at certain moments that I have to. We talked about this a couple of weeks back too on one of the podcasts, that when I listen at it for a tribute, even this weekend with Guto was playing a Ozzy song, Bark at the Moon, and there are certain things that I had to hear in the song, and he knows it. Like every time I see him, he knows, and he came off, he's like, "Did I do it?" I'm like, "Yeah, you did." The parts of a song you expect to hear in there, and it could be a little squeal here, or a little like bend or something that has to occur. Even Steve Ray Vaughan, where he's like, whoop, like a little thing that just makes that whole song. But that's what I'm going to be listening for, just to hear if he's got those Warren things.
Now I'm going to have to go study
Yeah.
all week. I'm going to have to listen for all the pinch harmonics. And
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing that concerns me, though, is I just watched a video. Stephen Pierce, he played at Lava a couple of weeks back,
Yeah.
and it wasn't. I was so depressed. But
Yeah.
like I said, I met Rat too at a book signing years ago. I mean years, when I like 84, 85, and or at an album signing. But like Steven, he's got this. Even back then, I wasn't a huge fan of his attitude. He reminded me of Jesse James Dupree from
Nothing's changed.
Jackal. Oh, really?
Yeah.
But now
He's
his
still-
voice just doesn't sound good. He sounded flat. He sounded like Like, it just didn't sound good, and it was depressing to me, so.
And it's like
I think the
40
last
years.
time I saw Rat that was good was 2009, Rocklahoma.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had Carlos Cavazzo on guitar, and
Okay.
I think he had just joined, and yeah, they sounded great, phenomenal. I was like, wow.
Even Steven did?
Even Steven. And then after that, every time I've seen him since, it's been horrible.
Yeah, I think I saw them a few years back at, I don't know what the hell they call it now, Dos Equis or,
Yeah.
Jexa.
Mm-hmm.
It's got all of those different names. But, that was years ago. He didn't sound good, and it's depressing to me because I know he's like on his last hurrah,
Oh, yeah.
and, to have a guy, well, I'm assuming Carlos Cavazza is still playing, right, with him now?
I don't know.
Was he? I wasn't
I
sure.
think this is just Steven.
Just on
Piercy.
his own?
Yeah, he's got that guy.
I thought Rudy Sarza was out with them this time.
Rudy he's with Quiet Riot.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think it's just Steven and the
Yeah,
guys that
that's
have been
it.
playing in his solo band. Yeah, used to have Frankie from Arcade playing with him, but he's not even there now. So
Yeah, that was depressing. So I'm looking forward to hearing good Rat. That one, when I heard that, I was like, oh no. But,
it's
so
gonna
you
be fun.
play guitar and bass. What do you prefer most?
Guitar.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is that what you started playing?
Yeah.
And then you picked up playing bass? How many bands do you play bass in?
Right now, let's see.
I know Def Legend, obviously.
I play bass in the Anthrax band.
Oh, yeah.
Queen's
I
Right.
remember I tried getting you to book the Anthrax band
Yeah,
up there.
we're working out our new singer right now, so we're almost ready.
I thought you were there before. You've played Fat Daddies before, right?
He
With
hasn't.
Anthrax?
No,
No.
I was trying to get them,
Oh.
Yeah,
but
that
we
was
just
supposed to
couldn't
be
nail that date.
this weekend
Yeah,
originally. I think like 5. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
okay.
But yeah, I started playing bass in a Motley Crue band when I was 16. So that's
Okay.
kind of where it all started. I never played bass until then. I was like, I'll do Nikki Sixx, that'll be fun.
Right,
So that's where it started. Then I started playing in a Dawkins band
okay.
on bass. I did Pat Benatar band on
Oh, really?
bass when I was
That's cool.
20. I filled in for a Guns N' Roses band on bass. So it just kind of became the bass kid, if
Right.
you needed someone. But I was like, I play guitar too.
I am a guitar player,
Yeah.
but, so you prefer guitar though over the bass?
Definitely.
How
definitely.
many guitars and basses do you have?
I have 3 basses and 4 guitars.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I used to have way more, but now, like the Def Legend basses, those are mics. So
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I use those for the
Okay.
Legend shows. And there's a couple instruments that I have, like specific, like my Wasp guitar is not
Yeah.
mine. 'Cause
Oh,
it's a
really?
classic Charvel Star. Yeah, it's an amazing guitar though. But I have a friend who lets me
Use that?
rent that. Yeah,
Rent it?
yeah, and I gladly rent it.
Do you have
So, yeah.
a wife or a girlfriend or
Yeah.
significant other?
Yeah.
Is it a wife?
And no, I'm not married. No.
Okay, girlfriend, whatever.
Girlfriend.
Okay. So how does she? I mean, you're constantly on the go.
Yeah, I have a 4-year-old too, so having to balance everything out and
Yeah, I saw them at the
be-
awards show, the DFW
Yeah.
Tribute Awards, and
Oh,
which is
yeah.
kind of cool. I love seeing like
She's-
the kids there and stuff.
she's she's amazing. It's crazy, like seeing like yourself. I don't
Yeah.
know. Everyone always told
Yeah.
me just get ready till she's a little older. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it now. She's a little mini me. She's a lot like her mom too. But yeah, but she's gosh, she's amazing.
So with being out playing all the time, how frustrating is that, or how hard is that on a relationship? Or has she been doing like with you for so long? She just used to
No,
it? It's like,
she's super cool.
Oh,
Super,
really?
yeah, understanding and accepting and
She go to the shows a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, very supportive, and it goes both ways. So, and Luna comes to shows too. She's been
Oh,
coming
really?
to see me since she was 2. She's got her little headphones.
Headphones and everything that
Oh,
puts
really?
on.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll bring her on stage. When I can.
Yeah.
Smaller venues, but yeah,
That's kind of a cool thing. It's, I guess, you
Yeah.
have to get to see it in a little different element. you know?
yeah. And her mom plays too. She's in several bands.
Oh,
And,
really?
Yeah. So.
Okay.
She's been around it. She's at rehearsals and recording. She understands, she at 4 years old, you have to get band practice. I'm like, yep, band practice, baby girl.
Well, and that's like some of the stuff, and I talked about it a couple of weeks ago, right when about the same time I started getting involved with those rock stars at Omaro,
Yeah.
Mansfield. I'm like, yeah, just a week or two before that, I was talking about how concerned I was. I didn't see any young bands, trying to book a show at Fat Daddy's. And I mean, 7-8 years I've been doing it at Fat Daddy's, and I don't remember any young kids reaching out. And I was like, what's the future
Of rock.
rock music and live music, because, I mean, I'm not, you're not old, but people like our age or all, they're getting up there in age that, there's not going to be that environment, and then the rock stars thing opened my eyes a little bit, saying, holy cow, there are some talented kids that are out there. They're just, it's hard to find, a
Venue.
4 or 5 kids that all want to get together and do it because they're competing with video games and all of that as well.
Right.
But, I mean, growing up, my oldest son, played guitar, he went to guitar lessons, whatever. My oldest daughter taught herself, flute, taught herself keyboard, and now she just started, DJing. She's like,
Cool.
Did you go to
she's
band
like, what's that?
Did you go to band camp?
She did not go to that camp. My youngest son played guitar growing up as well. My youngest daughter, didn't. She was more or less into music than the rest of them. But like, it was important to me to have the kids getting involved in music because I just wanted them to feel that, like, I don't know, that artistic creativity and have a release, because I think music really is a release for so many people. But I was concerned because I don't see a lot of parents encouraging their kids to play music, and that's a shame. But with the Rockstars thing, it is kind of cool because, I've been trying really hard now to get these bands in there opening up for, an opener.
Yep.
Like I got Rockaholics next week are playing, and they have these 3 kids that I think are 14 or 15 years old, and Black Lotus is the name of the band. And they're going to be opening up for about 45-minute set, opening up for them. I don't know if you've heard of Pink Slip. They're like a not new, they've been around for about a year, but they've been playing all over like the Revel now and playing a lot up in that area, in that McKinney area. And I've had them playing at Fat Daddy's on weekends and all. The singer, her name is Grace. She's going to be doing that Still the One Shania Twain tribute. She's taking over vocal there because whoever that was, Adrian, she moved to Florida, so she's going to be taking over the vocals for that. So I'm seeing little elements of it, but I'm trying to do what I can to get these kids in playing, to give them a venue, like you said, that I didn't have growing up. We had to go out and hustle and try to earn a spot into a club, which I also think is going to cause me some grief because I'm going to be giving these kids a shot, and there are some bands out there like, you haven't booked me.
Wow.
Why aren't you booking my band in there? Like, well, I'm trying to do what we can to promote live music and to keep it going for generations and all. So
That's awesome.
So then I guess my last question is, what is your favorite band? Not band that you're in, like it doesn't have to be like who is your favorite?
It's a band out of Sweden called Evergrey. They've been around since '95, I believe. But yeah, Evergrey.
That's weird. There was a post on Facebook about them today. Somebody posted there was a video.
They put a brand new video out this morning.
Did they? I just saw it on Facebook this morning. I swear to God, and I've never heard of them before.
Oh, they're great.
But you just said Evergrey. I'm like, that's fucking like, what the hell, like Facebook algorithm listening and stuff.
Was it the song before that, the Fox? What does the Fox say?
What kind of music is it?
Come on.
It's a progressive metal, dark progressive metal. Think like Dream Theater with real soulful vocals.
Okay.
And less
not
like
screamer, like.
No, very bluesy, soulful, David Gilmour style, like guitar solos, but with like Queensryche, Dream Theater riffs and.
I don't think Swedish people scream.
Oh my God, there are so many of those bands out there, like that death metal.
Arch Enemy and Flame, Solar Work, Dark Tranquility, tons of them.
That's nuts.
So that's one of your favorite bands.
It's my favorite style, just European progressive power metal. That's why all my original music has always been that. So
I listened to that, again, I know it's Dream something.
Dream
I keep saying
Keeper.
Dream Theater, but Dream Keeper. I listened to, I think you posted a video the other day, a live performance. So how often you get to play with them?
We've been doing the new album for the last 2 years, so I think our last show we did before the one that just happened was 2022. We played with Steelheart.
Oh, really?
Last Cactus, yeah.
Oh, my God, I love
And
Steelheart.
We've done Saxon.
Does he still, what's that guy's name that sings for him? He's got a,
Millie.
yeah.
Millie Matajevic.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He's the one who did the vocals for that Rockstar movie with,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Mark Wahlberg.
Stand up and shout.
Oh, wow,
That
that's cool.
was him, but
Yep.
I loved them. The first time I saw them was actually in Akron, Ohio, at the Akron Angora. And I remember we just showed up one night just randomly, and Steelheart was playing there. I was like, that's just when they came out with that album. And it was
Nice.
kind of badass to be able to see it, but great voice. Damn,
Yeah.
I wish I would have.
He still got it, too.
Does he really?
Oh, yeah.
That just amazes me. I don't know how. So you got somebody like that, still can sing like that. Sebastian Bach, I'll say it to the day I die. That guy can still sing, and his vocals
He's
are
just
phenomenal.
cool. Yeah, he's just so cool.
I know, like it's just he's got that voice, and then you hear, Stephen Pearson,
Don Dokken.
Don Dokken. I heard is another one that's
man.
he's kind of lost it, but
Sad.
that's a shame. But all right, so now we can talk about what's coming up this week. We have live band karaoke on Wednesday. We have Vital Signs. That Survivor tribute is back on Thursday night. They're really cool.
They're awesome.
And I mean, I would never think, I said it last time too, that Survivor actually is a rock band, but they do have some pretty good riffs and guitar in there. Friday night, that's why we got Tally here. We got Blinded Texas, the new Wasp tribute. That I did see like a post like 2 weeks ago from some dude in Houston that was calling Grace out for stealing his idea and all.
It's hilarious.
Oh my God! Like there's already conflict in a brand new band, not conflict within the band, but between two area, or area or regional bands, whatever. But saying that how the name of the band was even stolen and all of that.
Come on, we're both stealing the name. Let's be real.
Right, I know.
But so the Wasp band is playing.
Well, who's better? You
followed
guys
by
are the Houston one.
Oh, it's us. Houston one doesn't really play.
oh really?
So, yeah.
Well,
Even when they do, they don't.
Oh, there it is. See that?
I love it. Controversy.
Ding,
But
ding.
then, so after Wasp, we have Out of the Cellar, Rat. So a double dose of Taylor out there. I'm looking forward to that. And then Osmosis is closing that show. And then Saturday night, another rock show. Again, we have Rockaholics with Crude and Tattooed. So Shannon,
Cool.
with Rockaholics, Crude and Tattooed, our girl Nikki, singing for that. Love that. But that's another one. Some dude a couple of weeks ago on the podcast, like, when are you going to have a Motley Crue tribute?
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I do. Like, look at the damn calendar. But yeah, now's your chance to be able to come out and see Crude and Tattooed. Next week, we have live band karaoke again Wednesday. Pride in the Name of U2, their debut show at Fat Daddy's. So I'm curious, I don't know what to expect with the U2 tribute. They could be good, they could be not so good. But I'm curious to see what kind of crowd they bring. You either love U2 or there are some people that just can't stand U2. And
I mean, they were played so much. That's why.
I know.
They kind of defined a certain.
I think it's been a couple of years since MTV, so maybe
Yeah.
they've, people have gotten away from that. But I'm looking forward to that. And then Thursday night, or Friday night, we got Barefoot Nation with Still the One. I did talk about Grace singing for Still the One now. So country night, and then Saturday night of next week is Metal Shop with Soul Stealers. Those are Luciano and the 16-year-olds and all that are going to be out there. That's going to be a little. They're talented, So again, give some kids the opportunity to open up for a decent crowd that's out there. And I know Shannon and she do all they can to try to support, the kids that are out there playing as well. So they've been. I've heard good things about their relationship with Grace Figueroa, Randy Figueroa, the dad, and all, and how supportive they've always been with them. So looking forward to that show. Taylor's other shows coming up. We got May 24th, Monkey Business,
That's right.
which is by far my favorite new tribute band that's out there. I'm saying Skid Row, like God. But man, he could sing. I actually, and I've said it before, and Clint could attest, I think he actually sings Skid Row better than he does Def Leppard.
Yeah.
You know, like his voice is unbelievable. But that's such a
Yeah, Justin's phenomenal.
like he really is.
Love being
he's
in a band with him.
He's got a great attitude too. He's not, a knucklehead even a little bit. You know, I like him, but to be able to sing, Sebastian and Skid Row, that's just amazing, and we like it because then you get to see all of the hair and all of its glory out there as well. And I'm talking about talent, so I love seeing Skid Row. And then we just confirmed July 12th, Def Legend will be playing at Fat Daddy's as well. So I think those are your next 2 dates coming out. So we'll see. Maybe we can get, Dream Keeper. I gotta somehow get that in my head. So again, I've been trying to get some original music in there as well. So we had Empires out a couple of weeks ago. I had Maddox, Maddox Messer.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get some original music out there as long as it fits into, like the show, and it's, our crowd are older, we're not the 20, 30-year-olds, but as long as it fits into the genre and the crowd that we have, I'm totally looking forward to that. Remember, Wednesday nights, industry, all day on Wednesdays, so if you're in the service industry at Fat Daddy's, you have a secret menu for you out, and with drinks and food specials.
You get a little card.
Yeah, there's this industry card. If you don't have one, come in and grab one. That gives you access to that every Wednesdays, and then Friday and Saturday nights from midnight to 2 a.m. We'll, give you the same, discounts, and also if you're in the service industry, you're getting off work and want to come hang out, come on down to Fat Daddy's there. Don't forget Marksman. We have the Guns of the Month. I don't know if you're a fan of any firearms or weapons and all that.
I got no problem with it.
But we have our clean store. We have a Taurus TS9, 9mm for $260 this month. Wichita Falls, we have a Taurus G2C 9mm for $250. Two badass deals. And then Granbury's got an AK-47, AK May Century Arms AK-47 for $675. I didn't get the update on the Mansfield one, so I know we talked about it, but
I think it's a Taurus, but I don't know.
Look at marksmanfirearms.com and check out, the cover page. Don't forget, Thompson Cigar Lounge also sells cigars out of there. I'm hoping at some point, we've been doing it for about a month, at some point we'll have a post or something saying, hey, come on, if only I knew somebody in marketing that could get something happening out there. And then don't forget, coming soon, construction on Capone's Drink Easy and Sports Bar in Burleson. And this is going to be a new sports bar we're building, but it's geared more toward adults. It's going to be like dark leathers, think like Al Capone's Hideout, but a sports bar.
Cool.
So we're building one in Burleson, and then after that, one out in Granbury. So
Nice.
that's all that's coming up. So we look forward to seeing you out there. Please come out and support the shows this weekend. Support Taylor. He'll say hi to you, take pictures, kiss babies, all of that stuff that he needs to. But come on out and support them. They put a lot of work into the show. I saw the, post and some of the performance from Tease last week with them, and it's a amazing theatrical show. So come on out. You can't really throw raw meat out into the crowd and all of that, but, they do what they have to do to make it happen. There's a lot of blood and, gore and theatrics out there, but come on out and support them. It's a brand new band. Show them some love. But of course, like the Rat and Osmosis, Rockaholics, Crude Tattoo, and then Vital Signs. So other than that, I want to thank Taylor. I know you drove a decent way, to get out here
Thanks for having me.
But I appreciate it. He's got a lot of shows coming up. Everybody knows who Taylor is. So come on out, support us, support live music in the area. Other than that, WTF-DFW, peace.
You.